Good evening. Who's starting 7 minutes late? Certainly not me. There was a puzzle that I wanted to go back and do. So I'm going to go back in time just a little bit. I need to go back more than that. It was before finding the child. Before that, too. I'm trying to skip this cutscene, it's not working.
What in the Lord's name?
Unironically, probably faster to just reboot the thing, if it's not gonna let me open the menu. I was prepared for the stream tonight. Totally. It's a nice logo, at least. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the hydrate. The hydrate was like concurrent with the first few nights. The hydrate was concurrent with the first few notes of the title theme. And I was like, did they update that sound effect? The crows are making fun of me for being witless. I probably need a third mosaic slab so I can turn that into a sliding puzzle. Ow. And I see a sparkly here. I like how I'm accidentally dodging the horror monsters. Oh, also thank you for the hydrate. I don't have time to deal with this. However... So, now the problem we run into is that I'm not very good at this type of puzzle. Like, at all. There's a trick to it. I don't know the trick, though. This looks like a chimney, so it probably goes to the top. Hold on, we have technology, surely. Hold on. Okay, I think... Hold on. Need a tip? Yes, please. I'm really bad at this kind of puzzle. Bottom right is the missing piece, solve the top row first, the left column, but then once I do that, I don't have enough space to, like, do anything else. But like, I don't have space. I don't think this is... Maybe this is correct? It's hard to tell. I think this is far left. But like, it doesn't make any sense trying to get it up in there. Just focus on solving the top row. That's what I'm doing. I am trying to get this up here, but... The way that these things move just don't play nice. Okay, there we go. Christ. Leave top left and don't touch it. Do you mean absolute top left or relative top left? Never mind, figured it out.
What is this?
This is my house. No, it can't be. I'm imagining things. I don't have time for this nonsense. I ought to find Appel. Brain Age would not be happy with me. Look, give me a puzzle that can actually be puzzled, and I'll do fine. Let's just slide things around at random until it lines up.
What in the Lord's name?
Oh, goodness. Wait, things are different now. That's my house. I must be losing my mind. What is this? My house. My progeny. Elise. Who's there? Come closer, Elise. Delve deeper. Into my grove. What in the Lord's name? Your fate, Elise. Your genesis is in the tapestry. She wished for a child of her own. At his doorstep she kneeled and she prayed, not to me, but to him. My grove became the vessel, my soil the babe's mortal body. In my very womb, they celebrated their agreement. From him came what I lack, what I failed to lay my hands upon. A human soul to be nurtured in my womb, and later given to her as her daughter. When in truth, it's me your body belongs to, Elise.
What is this?
What in the Lord's name? There's something under that tapestry. Such a foul smell. Like crimson blood overflows from the cauldron's shattered rim, coating everything in its viscous sheen. I hope this isn't another one of those, like, horror monsters.
What is this?
This dough, its insides have been... my womb, used for that woman's wish. I was used. Used. What in the Lord's name is going on here? What are these voices trying to tell me? You're wearing my brooch still. Oh fuck, that's her grandmother. So her grandmother, her soul went to him when she died, presumably. Huh? What is one to do when the Lord fails them, would you say? Wait, what are you... Our union was favored by the Lord himself, and yet... my inability to bear a child drove a wedge between us. Who are you? So I did what I could. I resorted to his blessing instead. Yeah, no, this does feel kind of like a true ending type thing. I resorted to his blessing instead. I brought him, my beloved, in exchange for a baby.
What is this?
Wait, you can't be. All I can say to you, Elise, who's following in my steps, is that this is what my soulmate would have wanted me to do. For my sake, for our union's sake, and for yours as well. That lass, it's as if she knew me. I don't know what's going on here, but I can't stay here any longer. I gotta find and save Apfel. Whatever was in the center is gone, I suppose. Several candles stand in a circle surrounding an old blood-stained piece of cloth. Yeah, no, Elise has absolutely no, like, self-preservation or genre savviness. This isn't Granny's spindle. Nothing that's in here is real. It can't be. Completely destroyed, the old spindle leans dramatically, supported by its last remaining wooden leg. The whole upper floor is missing. Now leading nowhere, the staircase's wrinkly and damaged steps are suspended as though floating in midair. Yeah, that certainly happened. Is Apfel going to be in the same condition? Looks like it.
What in the Lord's name?
Apfel. Hold tight, I'll get you out of there.
That was tiring.
Let's get you out of there and go home.
Rosemarine.
The woodland, this grove, it's aching. Rosemarine, your flesh, your blood, your love, all that's rightfully mine, my progeny.
What is this?
This thing's not Rosemarine. I can give you all that you desire. What? My beloved daughter.
What in the Lord's name?
What are you? This lass, Rosemarine. Is she the one your heart desires? What? are you? They're coming. We will meet again. A vile stench, a vile stench. Tainting our grove, tainting our grove.
Out with it!
It's you. The lad's staying where he is, lassie. The lad's staying, the lad's staying.
Hurry it up!
Apfel, come, now. Elise? Quickly, Apfel. You have to leave this place. That creature's brought him right into our beaks, lass. We're not about to waste a hearty meal. A hearty meal, a hearty meal. Ah, my eye. Come, Apfel. We'll curse you, we'll curse you. Dare not defy me, leave the lad. We'll devour him, we'll devour him.
Alright?
Apfel, run. I can't. I can't move, Elise.
What in the Lord's name?
He's mimicking my movements. My legs, they're moving on their own. We have to leave this place, Apfel. Elise, I'm scared.
Anyway!
Come, Apfel, we have to move. And there's a little bit of stick drift in my controller, so this could end poorly. The child crunching simulator I ordered. You know what? I got an idea. Hold on. What if I... Oh. I just pulled up my Joy-Cons. They shouldn't have stick drift. Doesn't help if I'm just not very good at using a controller, I guess. Right, the tiles jiggle if they're gonna fall. Okay, I call shenanigans on that one. Luckily, acorns can mend broken bones. That's just how the law works. Okay, I'm going back to my Pro controller. This is not working as well as I'd hoped it would. Elise, my eye! Where are we going? Watch your step, Apfel. We'll find a way. Oh, I can save the game here. Nice. Right, I can also desynchronize their movement now. Elise, I can't see where I'm going.
Wait!
Don't wander around too much, Appel. Try to follow my voice. Elise, where are you?
Alright.
It's alright, Appel. Walk in a straight line. I'll be watching over you. I feel dizzy, Elise. Trust me, Appel. I'm right here.
Together, Elise.
I must make certain that I don't lose sight of him. Right, then this is where the birds were that pecked me to death last time. Presumably the child fell down a hole. I don't have that much time. As far as I can tell, I'm progressing as fast as I can. I don't know which trees are safe, and I think that the trees change which ones are safe each time they wrestle. I can't remember. What was it that Muffy wanted next? Was it the worst or was it the soup? I think she wanted the soup. Are you alright, Apfel? Elise, I feel dizzy. Wait for me, I'm coming for you. The child proceeds to not wait for me. Elise. I'm with you now, Apfel. It'll be alright.
Alright.
Let's go now. Back to Kuiperberg. Mama. Oh, thank heavens you're alright. Mama, Apfel. I was so scared, Mama. You're alright now, my boy. Oh, Apfel, I thought I'd never see you again. It's alright, my loves. We're together now. What a relief. Good Lord, Elise, you really did find him. It wasn't easy, that's for certain.
Atta girl.
Atta girl, Elise. Folks told us all about it. We were about to set off after you. This is a moment to celebrate, folks. Prepare us a feast, Wilma. We're drinking to Elise tonight. Oh, how wonderful. I'll get right to it. We can't compromise the festival, Wilma. There's nothing better to celebrate than this, Father. The lad's right, Father. We ought to celebrate. To the inn, folks. To the inn.
Elise.
Elise,
For goodness sake.
what are you doing here, Rosemary? You weren't coming back, so I came back for you.
Sorry,
I saw you coming back with Apfel. He got lost in the woods. I went to look for him is all. Oh, but is he alright?
You know,
Say, Rosemary, you've been home this whole time, haven't you?
Of course.
Ah, yes, I made supper and everything. You were taking so long, I thought... Come, Elise, we ought to celebrate. I'll be right there, Mr. Heinrich. You head on home, Rosemary.
Yes.
Oh, alright. I won't take too long, alright? I'll be home waiting for you, Elise. It's kind of rude, they're throwing a party and Rosemary's not invited. She's a foreigner. Yeah, but like Elise could be like, oh yes, come along. Instead it's just like, go home. I'll attend to this party real quick. Granted, it's probably not like a full-on party, but still.
Atta girl.
Atta girl, Elise. Hyperberg owes you a great debt, lass. Lord knows what could have happened if it hadn't been for you. I was lucky is all. No, Elise, I owe you an apology. Who's first to claim she did it? Almost certainly Johan. What matters is that Apfel is safe and sound, Father. Heinrich's right. We have good reason to celebrate. Bottoms up, everyone. To Elise, our bravest lass. To Elise. To Elise. Oh, you don't have to. Nonsense, lass. This is better than the festival, even. A great deal better indeed. It's our chance to unwind, folks. Why don't you grab some ale and go grab Freya for a dance, Elise? Ah, yes. We're drinking all night long, lads. To Elise. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh, I thought I'd never see you again, lass. I always planned on coming back, Mrs. O'Dial. There's no need to say that, Mrs. O'Dial. We're all glad you're safe and sound, Elise, both of you. I must say I'm surprised you found him, Elise. Those woods go on forever. It wasn't easy, I suppose. You suppose? Oh, but did you see her, Elise? Mrs. O'Dial. Always with that wretched witch on your mind, aren't you? We're here to celebrate, not waste our time with this nonsense. Oh, it must have been so frightening, Elise. I'd say it was more frightening for Apfel. It's one thing after another with him, isn't it? How is he, Elise? He seemed a little dazed, if I'm honest. No wonder, the poor lad was lost in the woods for hours. Oh, I'll stop by Mrs. Lisbeth's first thing in the morning. She must be exhausted. I can't let Apfel speak of what we saw in the woods. I'd wager you're as exhausted as Apfel, Elise. I won't stay for long, Mrs. Ardian. We ought to celebrate while we can, then. Why don't we all have some ale? There's our lass. I'm so glad to see that you're all right, my dear. You must have been so frightened, poor thing. The woods aren't the most inviting, that's for certain. We're fortunate the lad wasn't taken by the witch, that's what. This is the time to celebrate, old lad. Old Wilhelm's right. We ought to be glad that nothing happened. Apfel didn't speak of such things, that's for certain. And I certainly didn't see anything, of course. There's no need to justify yourself, Elise. Make the most of your night, you hear? All of Kuiperberg's in your debt, lass. It's the least I could have done, if I'm honest. Truly, it could have been much worse. I feared for Jacob, too. Is he alright, Mrs. Merlin? He's home with Linda. It took a lot of effort to settle him for bed, even after you came back, Elise. I see. It's best we never head out on patrol all at the same time again. Truly, this could have been avoided. It's best we pay poor Lisbeth a visit before we settle in. I wouldn't be able to sleep not knowing how she's doing. I'll go with you. Jacob would like to know that Apfel's alright. Atta girl, Elise. All of Kuiperberg's in your debt, lass. Lord knows what could have happened if it had not been for you. I was lucky, is all. No, Bernard's right, Elise. I owe you an apology. What matters is that Apfel is safe and sound. That said, Gustav, we'd best learn from this ordeal. We mustn't leave Kuiperberg to the women again, that's true. I'd say the women handled it rather well, father. She's got you there, old lad. If not for me, I'm certain the others would have ventured out to find him. That's for certain, Marlin wouldn't have waited long either. Freya was getting ready to follow right after you, Elise. They were gathering to head out when we arrived. We are fortunate to have you, Elise. Enough talk, let's celebrate. Why don't you grab some ale and go grab Freya for a dance, Elise? Ah, yes. There you are, Elise, the girl of the hour. The music is ominously cut out. Are you alright, Mr. Yugen? Not you too, Elise. A man has to make the most of what he's got left. Don't tell me ale is all you've got, Mr. Yugen. Why don't you take this, Elise? Ooh, a windmill key. The key. I won't be needing that where I'm going, that's for certain. Mr. Yugen. You be careful, Elise. These folks aren't to be trusted. Blaming the witch for what happened to my horses? They're all in on it, that's what. I can't very well tell him it really was the witch, can I? Kuiperberg this, Kuiperberg that. You're the only one in town who's not enamored with this rat hole of a town, Elise. I suppose. Get away while you can, lest this place ruins you like it's ruined me. Oh, poor guy. That said, I do now have the opportunity to craft the tender flesh. Let's just slip away into that. If it wasn't for Granny Gretel, I'd have to make my own bread every other day. A workbench sits outside, typically used by the townsfolk of Kuiperberg to bag newly milled flour. Is it just yours the footage kind of choppy today? I'm not losing frames. I can close some programs in the background that might help. Yeah, let's see if that helps a little. A workbench sits outside, typically used by the townsfolk of Kuiperberg to bag newly milled flour. I ought to get in there and get this over with. I'm trying to get in there and get this over with, Elise. Stop commenting on it. Oh, I gotta use the key, don't I? You've come. You've come. Ah! The gift, lass. The tender flesh.
With it.
I've come here to do just that, you wretch. Show it to me, show it to me. Your ardor, your longing for that wish of yours.
This is ridiculous.
I've already been to your grove. I've cleared your trial. What else is it you want from me? Your commitment, your commitment. Show it to me, lassie, your commitment. A little cursed, possibly literally. Okay, so it's kind of like a boss fight. Okay, so the only thing that I mill is the wheat, and everything else I kick. I kind of like how it's like cursed. Final boss is Kiss the Rat? God, I hope not.
This is ridiculous!
The tender flesh has been created. Really, Komatsu, welcome. What is Elise if not stubborn? Something far beyond stubborn. And quite frankly, probably in the realm of stupid. But she's committed. That crow, it's gone. And I got the tender flesh out of it. It's got my hair in it. It'll do, I suppose. At least that's not special, like everything that I make has my hair in it. It's best I get out of here, the sooner the better. Like, these are just the things that happen when your hair is 3 feet long.
What is this?
When did I... It's that dream again, that I was... in town just now. You again. Didn't you hear me? We'll be late for his banquet if you don't hurry.
Wait!
Banquet? What are you... This is the kind of game that would have given me nightmares in my youth. Huh? It's morning already. I don't feel like I got any sleep at all. It's best to go find Rosemarine. It's back to the unicorn. I wonder if there's like some kind of like behind the scenes morality or like point system. And like this tapestry is how you check like which route you're on. I'm begging you, Flock. What's going on out there? Like my mind is just going to like SMT4, which had a... I'm thinking of Dorian Gray? No, I'm thinking of SMT4, where every single interaction that you had in the game was secretly grading you. And like based on like how you treated people, like which decisions you made, actually influenced which ending you got. You didn't actually directly choose your ending, it's like everything you did over the course of the game added up to which ending that was assigned to you. And I'm kind of wondering if this is something similar. Because you couldn't check your score directly, but like there was a guy that would tell you like what people thought of you. And like the two things that I've seen on that portrait are a unicorn and a girl. That's just where my mind's at. It's not necessarily what's going on. Oh, please stay put, Flock.
For goodness sake.
What's gotten into him?
I'm sorry.
Elise, he's throwing a temper tantrum is all. I didn't know goats could do such a thing. I had my hands full with breakfast, I couldn't give him much attention. It's what you get for spoiling him so much, that's what. I know, but I can't resist his sweet little hops.
For goodness sake.
You're truly... Are you feeling better today, Elise? You still haven't told me about what happened. I can't tell her the full extent of it, can I? Not about what I saw in the woods, or about her.
I'm sorry,
Are you listening, Elise? Huh?
Are you alright, Elise?
You were telling me about the woods.
Now that you mention it.
Abel got lost in the woods, that's all. I went in there to rescue him, I suppose. You're not telling me the whole truth, are you?
Elise.
Elise?
You know,
There's someone in those woods, Rosemarine. I don't know who they are, or what they want from me, but... I felt their presence there since Monday.
Oh, that's...
Someone in the woodland, you say? I'm certain they hurt Abfel, or lured him in even. Have you seen the old hag again, Elise? The one who told you about him in the testaments. I haven't seen that old hag since then, but... That Rosemarine I met in the woods... I don't know what to make of any of this, do I?
Sorry,
Elise? Come, Rosemarine, we should move along.
but...
Oh, it's best you go ahead without me, Elise. I think I'd best find Flock. I'll be right there with you. Alright. Okay, it's a teensy bit later than normal, but we're gonna take tonight's 5-minute break here. Please use this time to refill your beverage, go to the bathroom. Whatever you feel like you can pull off in 5 minutes. I'll see you in about that long. Thank you for the hydrate. return. I have to manually put the testament in the basket. Okay? Okay. Did I just put the tender flesh in the sweetest nectar spot? Ah. You can actually put whatever items you want in. I noticed that. And it kind of makes me wonder, like, what alternatives might exist. Like, obviously I could just, like, play everything straight and give the guy exactly what he wants, but, like, could I slip him other things? His gift does suit you rather well, lass. Those shoes, they'll guide you to him.
What in the Lord's name?
Who are you? You know who I am, Elise. You're with him, just like that crow. Quite smart, aren't you?
You know,
This is another of his trials, I take it. Why, yes, you're truly so delightful, lass. Fortune, that's what you're after, isn't it? You've come to taunt me, I'm assuming. I've come to welcome you into my very own garden, Elise. You alone, lass. I won't let that wretched thing into my grove, unlike Free, that fool. The testament you seek rests deep within my depths, Elise. Am I to meet you there, then? My, how willful you
out
are.
with it!
You're trying my patience, that's what. We both know what I'm after, servant, so get it over with, and... You're now the bearer of my hex, lassie, fated to meet me in my realm. Show me your resolve, your burning desire for more. Be good, behave, Elise, and I'll welcome you with open arms. But you're a snake, you don't have arms. You sickening wretch! I'll be awaiting you by the gates of my bedewed forest of berries, Elise. To hell with you. Ah, this stings. It's best I don't alarm Rosemary. I had to prepare myself for tonight. I must see this through. I actually had the thought I should probably talk to her in case I need to do that to bring her with me. Oh, I best go chase after Flock. I didn't see where he ran off to, did you? Ah, that's alright, Elise. I'll lure him out with a carrot or two, you'll see. I only hope he hasn't wandered into town. I'll find him, you'll see. Well, hopefully she behaves. I still have no idea what was going on with this cliffside thing. I'm not sure if there just haven't been more opportunities to like follow up on that, or if I just like obliviously missed them. Like, I now know that this game isn't afraid to throw things at me that I could miss. Already missed the opportunity to follow up on it. Oh well. Kinda sucks, but it is what it is. Such are the risks of a blind playthrough. We've got to clear out the blockage, folks. It's the only way. If you say so, lad.
You know,
What's wrong with the fountain? It's one thing after another, isn't it, Elise? You think the fountain's obstructed is all? This is all her doing, the witch. She's taken our grain, our children, and now she's after our water. We've discussed this, old lad. Finn and I can give it a look, can't we, Finn? To the best of our ability, but old Wilhelm ought to know what's wrong with it. We are to gather here at noon, folks. I want to have a word with all of Kieferberg. The note I found there mentioned a location and I never went to check on it, so that's that. Did it? I don't remember. You'll need to lend me a hand, Father. Naturally, Gustav. What are we to do about the grain, folks? The grain? You haven't heard, lass? No, I'm yet to fully understand what's going on. Someone was in the windmill last night, Elise. It could have been the wind, or the crows still. The door was still locked this morning, lad. It was Eugen's responsibility, but... It was the witch, I tell you. Give it a rest, old Johann. I was told you left home early last night, Elise. She was certainly tired, old Johann. Don't be unreasonable. It couldn't have been one of us, folks. What about the weevils?
what is this?
Weevils, Mr. Ludwig? The flour and grain we had stored away are riddled with beetles, Elise. I'm not certain what we're to do with this grain now. All we can to avoid throwing it out, Ludwig. We'll become completely reliant on Primal Dorf at this rate. That witch has us at her mercy. She has all of Kieferberg in the palm of her hand, and... That's enough, folks. I've heard enough. Finn and Heinrich will take a look at the fountain later. As for the rest of us, we ought to air out that grain and do away with those beetles, starting right now. This is only riling folks up even more. I'd best go see if Lipkuchin's alright. Folks must be swarming her.
What is this?
Find proof of our faith up at the peaks. Buried within the windmill that once was. I did poke around there. Oh well. Please try to keep calm, Mrs. Linda. Oh, I know. Won't you have a look at my rosary, Levkuchen? I seem to have pulled on it a little too tightly this morning. That's no good, Aryan. No good at all. I'll tighten it for you, Mrs. Aryan, but first I oughta...
Lipkuchen.
I can help... Oh, Lipkuchen? I can help, Lipkuchen.
Elise.
Ah, Elise. What are you saying, lassie? A maid of all work can't possibly pray our blessings. We need Lipkuchen. Oh, where is Father Hans when we need him most? Father Hans has his own matters to attend to. I can... It's best you visit each and every one of our homes, Lipkuin.
I wonder.
That's my inn, too. I'll need a prayer in each and every room before sunset. But before then, Lipkuin, could you...
Out with it!
Will you folks back off a little? My, Elise, can't you see that we're... Lipkuin? Oh, who's gonna pray our blessings now? God, that's callous. What the fuck? We must fetch Father Hans. Someone get her some water.
I'm good!
Lipkuin, can you hear me? We'll be taking her home, Elise. She'll be fine. Alright, Mrs. Dorothy. Why don't you pay her a visit in a little while? Of course, I'll be there. I had to go see her. She didn't deserve any of this. So that was the note in the church, and that would have led me to the thing behind the crossroads, and that would have led me somewhere else. I think is what's going on there. Oh well. As I say, the risks of a blind playthrough. I could have sworn that I read those when I got them, though. You can find out what the next step was? No thanks. Still too early to meet Rose and Marie. So let's go do that chicken job. Quickly, Elise, won't you pick me some apples? No. I'm busy. Apples don't pay as well as chickens do. I just need to find the person assigning the chicken job. I must say I'm rather restless, Elise. You're expected to follow that up on a replay and miss it the first time around? Yeah, like I say. This definitely feels like a game where it's like you play it more than once to see the different paths. I must say I'm rather restless today, Elise. Aren't we all, Mrs. Elman? You're absolutely right. But never mind that now. Won't you check the chickens for me? Of course. It won't take too long. And I'll take Rose and Marie's help. The alternative is suspicion. Wait, what chicken even got mad at me there? I totally could have gotten an S if it hadn't just screamed at me for no reason a couple of times. Oh well. That crack was my entire ankle. This is wonderful, Elise. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Mrs. Elma. And I want to go date my, Is it too early to call her a girlfriend? Guess I don't want her too much. Do I have to do the fountain first? I guess I have to. Hopefully this doesn't ruin my date. Fated partner. Fair enough, I suppose. Now that we're all gathered here, folks. We're losing our minds, Father. This week hasn't been easy for Kuiperberg, as we all know. That said, we have decided to ask Primaldorf for support. Primaldorf, you say? We cannot compromise the festival at all, as you understand. Are you certain that we've considered every option, Father? Kuiperberg isn't what it once was, Ludwig. We need their help. We will be patrolling the outskirts in the evenings as well. That should make sleep easier, that's for certain. The protection of Kuiperberg and our neighbors is in order, folks. What happened to poor Appel was bad enough. Oh, Father, but who is to carry out our nightly prayers? Naturally, the church's doors will be open to all regardless. What about the windmill and the fountain? There's still water in the well, Wilma. No need to fret. Oh, but who knows how long that well will last?
Oh, shush it!
It's not as though that fountain's sustaining the well, is it? What would you know, lassie? I'm at a loss regarding the fountain, if I'm honest. Wasn't there some sort of blockage, Mr. Ludwig? We're gonna have to disassemble it. Why doesn't she try it, Flint? With those toothpick fingers of hers, I'd say that she'd get the job done rather easily. This isn't the time to provoke the lass, Wilma. She's so keen to stick her nose in everything, Ludwig. Might as well teach her a little lesson, wouldn't you say? Let's not get carried away, Wilma. We're not here to... Why, that's a terrific idea. Elise, that's dangerous. You'll get hurt. Oh dear lord, she's getting in there. I'll show you all. A snake! A black snake was in the fountain. Oh, Kuiperberg is done for. The witch! It's the witch! The devil himself!
That's enough!
Silence. We can't lose our heads. We must remain calm. You folks can't... Calm? How are we to remain calm, Father? Everybody's dismissed. Back to work. Gustav and I will have a word about this. Not gonna lie, that's low-key one of my fears. Is that, like, I'll sit down to use the toilet and then there'll be like a snake in there somehow.
Puppy.
It's you. Yeah, just like the thought that some kind of creature could like crawl through the pipes and like attack me at my most vulnerable. Let's just put it that way. I have an offer for you, Elise.
For goodness sake.
Out of my sight, Martha. I've had enough trouble for one day. Oh, but I think you'd like to hear this.
That's so.
Out with it then. I don't have all day. Ah, but it wouldn't be for free. I'll let you give me some soup. Why, I don't think so, Muffs. We had an agreement, Elise. You're lucky I don't want any trouble, Mindy. Out with it now. What did you have to tell me? Oh, you're so generous.
Out with it.
Out with it, Mary. Right now before I...
But
You don't have to threaten me, Elise. Why, you threaten me every day, you little... I heard my auntie talking about a search. A search? Folks are losing their minds over that serpent you pulled out of the fountain. They want to search everyone in town.
goodness sake.
For goodness sake. I'll put in a good word for you, Elise. But you'll have to promise me that you'll bring me some apple strudel tomorrow. Oh, to hell with you, Molly. Out of my sight. Melly's interference can weigh quite heavy. I'd best be prepared for tomorrow. Can I get strudel from the inn? I mean, there's really only two places to get food from, so... Yep, sorry about that, just browsing. So, speaking of just browsing, I was about to like complain about customers who go digging through the displays and then just like leave product everywhere. And then like it's my job to clean it up and put everything back. But on the job front, I actually got a offer letter from the better job that I was hoping to get a letter from. So soon-ish I should have much better work. Oh, can't get strudel here either. Yeah, just like good news all around, basically. It's like I'll be less exhausted and I'll have more money. Assuming that they don't, like, fire me. That's kind of a fear, because, like, my current job is not amazing, but it's something that I'm confident is going to be stable. The other job's an unknown. They could have me there for like a week and then just be like, actually, we're going to get rid of you. And then I'm just like, but I just quit my other job. But it's really hard to turn your nose up at an extra $4 an hour, so... Gotta take the risk. There she is. I'll spend some time with her. You were right, Elise. It really is a lovely view.
For goodness sake.
You've seen better on your travels, I wager. Oh, but Kieferberg is one of the nicest towns I've been to. Okay, this is definitely like one of those mathematicians' declarations. If Kieferberg is like one of the nicest towns you've been to like 2 towns max. Trying to vex me, are you?
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to. I know you didn't, Rosemarine. I'm fed up with it is all. With Kieferberg. With all this nonsense we're dealing with, too. That said, I still haven't made up my mind about leaving it all behind, somehow. Very relatable to what I was just saying, actually. Elise. I'm going to such lengths, and yet... I'd say doubting yourself is a good thing. You're different, Rosemarine. You've always had something to look forward to, while I... Even so, Elise. I find myself thinking about certain things living here with you. Such as... how I wish I'd found you sooner, and... have the chance to share memories with you. Just the way Levkuin and Freya do. You've only been here a few days, Rosemarine. Had you been born here, you'd be just as sick of it as I am. I suppose, but... I've never lived in a town. This sense of community is something that I've never experienced. I've lived here all my life and never experienced it either, Rosemarine. Not since Granny Hall passed away, at least.
You know, I...
Say, Rosemarine, about the stars you keep mentioning.
Yes.
I can tell you all about it, Elise. They've led you here, of all places, to this rotten Kieferberg. Elise, I've had enough of this conversation. I'm heading back to work. Did I screw up? I think I screwed up. I didn't think that that was I'm ending this conversation. Like, I was going for, like, curiosity. It's like, hey, could you tell me more about that? Like, it's kind of interesting that they let you hear of all places. Why here and not somewhere else?
Puppy.
Yeah, this does not come across as a fuck this conversation option. Don't you find it strange? All this nonsense about your fate being with me? Not at all, Elise. I said it before, you feel like home to me.
I see.
Not at all, huh? I do wish I was born here if I'm entirely honest. I've come all this way and our paths have finally crossed, yet... Me too, Rosemary.
Now that you mention
I
it,
feel at home with you, like I've known you for a long time. Elise. I must say, Kieferberg isn't as bad with you around. Won't you give me your hand?
for goodness sake.
You've read it once already, haven't you?
But
I could be more thorough. It may bring you some peace of mind. Alright, alright.
Rose and Marine?
Rosemary,
It's fate, Elise.
you're my fated soulmate, Elise.
For goodness sake!
Good grief, you've said that already.
Oh, that's...
I know you still don't quite believe me, but... My feelings for you are genuine, Elise.
For goodness sake!
You hardly know me, Rosemary. Your feelings can't possibly be. Yet they are, Elise. They're very much genuine.
I see.
You're so embarrassing. I wish we had more time to get to know each other, and... Even if this wasn't my fate, I would still choose to be with you, Elise.
Rose and Marine.
Oh, she's blushing. Rosemary? Oh, Elise, you're red as a beet.
For goodness sake.
Why, you? I've had it with this nonsense. I'm heading back to work.
Yes.
Wait for me, Elise. Let's go to the creek tomorrow afternoon.
For goodness sake.
I'll be there. Now hurry up. It's kind of messed up to think that I'm cultivating this love just so that I can sacrifice her to the devil. Ah well, she loves me. She'd want to be used like this. Apples and wood chopping. There were 3 pop-ups for task available. Oh well, I only see 2 on the map. I forget where the apples were. Okay, they're in here. Kinda convenient, actually. I fixed it. I fixed it real good. I've never seen it overflow like this. It's not even raining. Let's keep calm, folks. Losing our tempers isn't going to fix anything. What's wrong with the fountain now? Could you have damaged it earlier, Elise? That could very much be the case. I don't think so, but... Even if she had, it wouldn't be enough to cause this. What are we to make of this then, Heinrich? How am I to know such a thing? It's not only the fountain either, the well is also. The well? It's overflowing, Elise. How can a well overflow? I'm at a complete loss. Let's wait and see. Why, I'm not about to sit and wait for my home to be flooded. I must say, I don't agree, Father. It might be all we can do. It truly is all we can do, Heinrich. Losing our minds won't help. We must persevere. This isn't looking too good for us here in Kieferberg, is it? Would you lend me a hand, lass? What do you need, Mr. Ludwig? Apples. Bertha's too busy wittering on about the witch to bother. Bother. Did I ask Rosemary for help today already? I think I did with the eggs earlier. I do enjoy these like retro Jag segments. I feel like 150 is probably what an S is. Oh well. Atta girl, Elise. Here you go, for your time. Thank you, Mr. Ludwig. I'll be eating apple pie for a long while, won't I? Speaking of eating something for a long time, back when I was like in my teens, the local grocery store once put turkey on for like a really good price. And my mother had the bright idea. I can't really begrudge it to her because like money was tight growing up, but like mother had the bright idea of buying 6 months worth of turkey and storing it all in the basement freezer. And when I say 6 months worth of turkey, I mean I had turkey for every single meal for 6 months straight. It was a miserable experience, not gonna lie. Did not help that she wasn't very good at cooking. Or isn't very good at cooking, she's still alive. Like, it was extremely dry turkey meat for 6 months straight. Like when turkey meat isn't dry, it's good. But if it's like, if it like crumbles to powder in your mouth, it's like, ugh, please not more turkey. Elise, do you have a moment? For goodness sake, what now? You see, Elise, we've been wondering. It's best we don't, Ariane. What's the matter? Your cousin was telling us how she got to Kieferberg, you see. Is it true she came all this way on foot, Elise? Yes, it is. She couldn't afford to come about any other way, Mrs. Odile. That's highly unlikely, Elise. She wasn't very lucky. I suppose that's all there is to it. I'll be on my way home now, ladies. Good night. Free food, please. What in the Lord's name are you doing out here, Lipkuin? I'm guessing she's like waiting for you. Waiting for your earful, it seems. I would have met you inside, for goodness sake. I'm fine, Elise. You're making too much of it. Your bread. You're out of your mind, Leb. Speaking of which, Elise, folks have been rather tense lately. I've noticed. I know you can look after yourself, but one good deed won't shield you from all of it, Elise. What do you mean? Folks have been talking ill about each other all day. Even Mrs. Marielle hasn't been spared, you see. There's no need to fret, Leb. I'll make certain I hold my tongue. Make certain you stay home as well. Has she noticed that I've been wandering about at night? Elise? Of course, Leb. And you need to stop fretting. We don't want you fainting again. I will, in due time. That should hopefully keep me fed for a little while. I think after whatever scene this is, we'll call it for the night. Hey, Flock's back.
Elise.
Ah, Elise, welcome home.
For goodness sake.
What's Flock doing inside, Rosemary?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was about to take him out to the granary. Is everything alright, Elise? I'm tired is all. I'm not sure I should mention that serpent. Thank you for the hydrate. Talking to Rosemary sometimes does more harm than good.
I'm sorry,
You're thinking of something, aren't you?
You know,
I'll be heading out after supper, Rosemary. I was invited. Where to? By whom? By a serpent. Just the same as that crow, it invited me to its grove.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Oh, that's wonderful, Elise. I suppose.
Oh,
I'll be staying home this evening if that's alright. Things didn't quite go so well last time, did they?
Marine.
Rose Rain,
It's fate, Elise.
this is your fate, Elise. It was wrong of me to interfere. This is something that you're to do for you and you alone. You're right.
For goodness sake.
What is it, Flock? Can't you settle down?
I'm sorry.
I'll take him outside, Elise. He's been a little restless. And then we can have supper. A little too restless for my liking. I can hardly think with that goat hopping about. Just gonna check that portrait real quick. Okay, this is new. It's the unicorn, but it's being targeted. It's being attacked. Definitely a concerning development. Is my well flooded? No, it is not. But yeah, there's quite a bit going on now. So I think I'm gonna call it here for tonight. Because it's late and I'm tired too. Yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate it every single time. Next stream will be on Friday. The game will be Majora's Mask. Hopefully I'm not violently ill this time. Next time I'm streaming Little Goody Two Shoes will be on Wednesday. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I hope to see you again. Good night.